day, everybody. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for today, and thank you for another opportunity. Thank you for all of your provisions, for your blessings. Thank you for your kindness and your goodness and your mercy. And I just ask for wisdom and discernment as I go into the markets, and I pray for anyone else that's joining in that you would grant them wisdom and discernment as well, and that we would execute properly and we would follow our systems and rules. And please let us perform well. In the name of Yeshua, amen. So it is Monday, and we've got only some yellow folders on Forex Factory. China urges banks to curb U.S. Treasuries. Exposure on market risk 6 hours ago. Good morning, Larry. Good to see you. How was your weekend? So our starting balance is $10,354.65. Let's have a look at that daily chart. You can see we've rounded up out of that consolidation that we were in all last week, and we have broken to the upside right through here. So that's a pretty good, strong looking break to the bulls. See it on the 4 hour here. Strong 4 hour candle out of the London session. And down to the 1 hour. It's just super strong on the buy side. 5 minute. So I placed a few trades last night. Just going to pull them up. Unfortunately, I think I had one running and it just tapped out right before the continuation. Yeah, I had these longs going in here. A little bit of a session, which was good. And then I thought I'd left one on, and it was right in here. It tapped out. So I had a long that was almost stayed running, but it didn't quite. So we wait for a pullback and put some lines on the chart. Thanks, Larry. Yeah, I had a good weekend. It was all last week was really good. What are you doing? Good weekend. Feel a little tired. Probably could have used another hour of sleep, but it's okay. So put some levels in here. There's a good spot. Another good spot through here. And then I'm just going to measure this leg, what's been happening through the London session. Oh yeah, that's strong. That's 60. That's 70 pips there. We're going all the way back from Friday. It's like 100 pips. So today we've already moved 70 pips. That's an average daily range already. So it's a good time for a pullback at least on the daily candle. How did your trading week go, Larry? Last week? So this is one of those days where I just don't think I feel confident shorting. Just got a really strong bullish run out of that week-long consolidation, so I imagine it to stay pretty strong today. I don't know, but I just don't feel too confident on placing some shorts like I did on Friday. Friday ended up working out. It wasn't the greatest performance on my end, but it worked out. Wow, that market is so strong. Yeah, it's pushing hard. Good morning, Vin. Good day to you. Really good to have you. How are you doing? Did you have a good weekend? Just gonna put one buy in here and see where this target lines up. It's not quite in the right spot, so I need to pull back a little bit more. But I'm just gonna do the same thing I've been doing. Just keep using my pyramid stacking as it goes down, slowly build up in size, and do my best not to oversize too soon. I did that a little bit on Friday again, a little bit oversized. Yeah, Vin, had a good weekend. Had a good week all last week and a good weekend. It's a really busy weekend actually. Got a few investment deals that me and some partners are working on, and they were taking up the weekend. Lots of stuff going on, which is good. Gonna just add one trade on this little shelf right on here, right in here. There's one target hit. And second target hit. 2 targets to start the week out. And another crazy bull candle coming in. As we hit that 1.189, I might consider starting to short it just because it's been so over. Well, I don't like saying the word overextended because it's never over till it's over. It's not overextended if it's going to keep going. But on average, it really is starting to run beyond its averages. So if it starts running into that 1.189, which we're just a couple pips away, I'll probably give it a chance to short it. Seems like we've got some good volatility, which means we should have some good back and forth movement. Good participants today. Especially if it jumps strongly to the upside. We see a really big leg come in, I'm going to short that. Not quite ready yet. I want to see a big candle come in. And did you end up getting that broker sorted out? Do you have a new broker now? Oh, you sent them information and you're just waiting on them? What broker was it again, did you say? Is it a European broker? All right, there's the bullish energy coming back in. So I'm going to just slowly add into here. as we should see at the 1.189, we should find some back and forth. And if not here, another 10 pips up, we should find at the 1.19 level, we should find some more action to come in. So I feel okay to add some real light shorts to start things out here. Black bull. Leverage up to 1 to 500. Spreads from 0. Seems interesting. Gonna have more of a look into those guys. All right, another good push higher, and then we'll get into another layer on the short side. I really want to see an aggressive push, but I'm just okay to start here because I know there should be some back and forth movement here or in the next 10 pips. Then I was just telling Larry that we've run a full ADR, an average daily range. We're at 70 pips already. So there's a good chance it's going to keep going, but it's just also a good area for it to have a pullback on this leg. So this leg is now, this one is 37 pips from here to here. That's just in the past couple hours. If we go from, where's the start of the day? I think it was somewhere around here. Oh, no, back further. Somewhere over here. There we go. Nope. Where is the start of the day? Right here. There we go. Yeah, so now from the start of the day, we have run 83 pips already. Very strong bullish push. But I'm not going to get overextended too soon. Not today. Oh, recommended by the scruffy trader. Yeah, I remember now you saying that. His YouTube and Discord channels use nearing daily resistance. I got my line at 1 point. Okay, yeah. So we're running an average daily range. That's We've hit that, and we're running into that resistance line that you got there too. So that's why I think that we should see some back and forth in this zone. All right, going to add one short on the push up. If it pushes up again, I will get another short in. But only on the pushes up. It's got to be pushing up for me to short it. And I'm just going to be really light in the beginning. We don't have any high impact news for this session, so I'm not sure if we're going to get a lot of action or if we'll just get some regular liquid euro dollar today. I remember Friday's start was just super slow. I remember it was fading that bull run, and it just kept going and grinding. And there was just no volatility all the way till the news. 2 hours into the session, then it started to pick up. Here's one target on the short side. Just going to leave the other one on for now, see if it can get down there. If it can't get there, I've got all kinds of capital to short again, and I'll find another way to maneuver out of it later if I need to. So I can just let that sit. And on the pushes down, I'll start building on the long side. That's a good push back up. I'll short it again. There's a good candle. I'm going to short that right there. And then it feels like it's going to go for another push higher. I'll be getting ready to short that. It's a good strong candle. Just let it run for a bit. That's really good. I'm going to start shorting that here. There's a couple shorts. So that's my second layer. That kind of is like my third, but I'm counting it size-wise as my second layer. I'm just trying to keep it really light. And then I'm expecting to see another opportunity for pullbacks at 1.18, 1.19, which we're almost at. So I'm going to put in a little bit more size right here. We should see a pullback in this range. And then I'll start to take a few losses on the other side. There's one target. One of the shorts hit. If we can hit that layer, I'll take off one of the losses on the downside. Okay, almost there. Nice. So I'm going to take the loss on the low one. I'm going to add a long right here. And now we just need it to go up or down. If it pops back up, I can short it again. Nice. Just hit the little long target. I'm going to just short that one. And again, all of these pushes up, I'm going to get my shorts at as high as I can. Okay, got to stop for that layer now. And then if I can get that leg out, I can take this one out for a small loss with 3 good wins. So I'm just going to hold there. There we are. We're hitting that 1.19. We're crossing through it now with a lot of strength. See if that turns into a whipsaw on the top side or if it holds strong. I'm going to add a short on the pushes up. There's one here. It's just barely enough to get my layer in before these. Where's the support point? So I'm going to need it to push higher. Just wait for it to push higher and I'll short. Okay, there's one target on the shorts hit. If it just zips down and hits that layer, I can take that one off for a loss and a net win. Got my finger on the trigger to short it if it pops up again. Okay, we've got a little turn. If we can get below here, we've got a turn. If we stay above, there's a good chance we'll see a leg higher. Right in this spot. It's a finicky spot right here. And these targets are in a great spot to get hit before this next support point. So those are a nice high probability. There's one that's been hit. Two. I'm going to have my finger ready on the close of the losing position. There's the third one, $3, and then I'm going to close this one for a $1 loss. So we got a net win there as well. That's a nice start. I'm going to go long here. And another good target for this one in place. And this is an excellent start to the session. I'm going to just put the trade history on so we can see how that worked. So we had a short that closed just right in there, ran up. We had a couple shorts and then took a loss. So about a break even on there. Then we had another short. Then we had another short up here and here. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4 with a $1 loss. So a net gain of about an extra $3 while still taking those losses. I'm going to pull up the history here so we can just see through it. So we had a $1.25 loss here, and then a $2.35 loss there, but we've got all these wins that add up to cover all those little losses. That's good active risk management, not needing stop losses, just managing the risk in real time. I'm going to get ready to short this one. Then when it pushes up higher, I'll short it again. Okay, on those pushes up, I'm going to be shorting. Right up here, I should be able to get another short one up in here somewhere. But only on the pushes up. I want to fully extend it and get my pricing the best that I can get on the short side. I said I'm not going to short today because it's pushing up so strong, and here I am doing more shorting than I am going long. I just don't want to go long when it's at the tops or when it's pushing high. This is not a good way to buy. I don't want to be buying at the top, so it's not offering a good pullback yet for me to go long. So kind of need it to pull back a lot further to be a little bit heavier into the long side. Okay, almost creating a turn here. And another target hit. Perfect. I'm going to just put a long in here. And then I'm going to draw a couple more levels back in. Should be a good spot here. And then we should have another spot in somewhere in here. Take the trade history off just so we can see better. Okay, if it pushes down to that line, I'll add a long. And if it pushes down all the way into here, get into a heavier stack trades. Okay, get my finger on the trigger. Push down just a little bit more. Only on the pushes lower though. Okay, right there. Oh, that was not a good fill. My trade is like, that was just a bad fill. It took some kind of profit. I don't know what it was. It was 55 cents. So it was like a 1 pip target. If it pops back down, I'll try that again. But it looks like we've got a little 3-bar reversal trying to form right here. So we'll see if we can hit that other target. And on the pushes higher, I will take shorts as well again. So if it just shoots back up, I'm going to also be ready for the shorts. Because I'm still expecting this big leg that we're looking at here. I'm going to say even on the 15-minute chart, something like this, we should be seeing a pullback somewhere in here on the 15-minute chart. We've got this leg here. And we've got pretty much a very similar leg right now. It's actually gaining a little bit more momentum compared to the last leg, but we're at a point where it should pull back. So I'm going to go long right here. That one's going to be better on that line that I was trying to get before. There we go. And now we're a little bit more focused on the long side, which is good too, because we got so much bullish pressure this morning. And I'll be just a touch more aggressive on the long side because of the pressure. So I'll be shorting in here. Sorry, I'm going to be hitting some buys as the market pushes down again through here. Is trying to make some lower lows. I'm going to just add one more short here, and then I'm going to hold until this line. So I can't add any more here, but it's just really struggling to get lower right through here. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles have been really small, trying to push down. So they're having a hard time. Starting to make it now, which I think that's the turn on the 5-minute. Yep, so there's the apex candle on the 5-minute chart right here. That's the apex candle, and we're just breaking it right now. It's trying to break it and make that turn. And it's currently popping back up, but we'll see how this candle closes in a few seconds. Okay, so that candle closed and actually closed above. So it couldn't quite really make the turn on the 5 minute. So now we may potentially have a nadir candle on the 1 minute chart. We'll see if that ends up being one right here. Or if we make a turn on the 5 minute and come down and try these levels. Oh. Okay, an inside candle on this nadir candle. Right after the nadir candle, we've got an inside candle. So that's not indicative of which way we're going, but it's having a hard time getting down. And here we are trying to break that apex candle, that nadir candle. Trying to make the turn on the 1 minute chart. And we couldn't make a turn to the upside, but now we've started to make a turn back to the downside as we break that little candle low. Immediately popping back off that red line, support point. Excuse me, my cat's opening the door. Got my supervisor here. And we got some wicks on the top trying to push down again. So maybe we'll get through down to this layer here. I'm trying to break that candle's low now, which is another turn to the downside. having a hard time doing it. I'm going to start fading these pushes down because it's just having a hard time making its turn to the down. So I'm going to lightly just add one in here, long position. As it struggles to get down, I'm going to fade it for the longs. Always have to have the supervisor around. All right, do we have a turn to the upside now? Got this candle becoming a new nadir candle. We can get this candle to close above, and there's an official turn on the 1 minute chart. And official turn on the 1 minute chart. We got a 3-bar reversal. And there's the first profit target hit. See if we can get a bar or two of follow through, and then we can hit this layer. There's another target hit. And a strong close to the upside now. Okay, if it pushes back down, I'll buy it again. Now that we've got a strong turn. Okay, just a small candle, just kind of like a rest candle. See if we can pop above. Nope, not yet. On that push down, I'm still going to buy it. Trying to break it here right now. Got this just small. There we go, target hit. I'll just leave the last one on there just because there's lots of energy behind this market. If it pulls back, I'll just buy it again and just do the same thing over again. And if we can get way up into these highs again, I'll be okay to short it again as well. So I'm going to just get ready to buy this dip right here. There we go. And that target comes in right on that high. So it's just a bit of a tight spot, but we could see this turn into a consolidation. So I'm just going to drag this target down just a touch to try and get that hit before it has to break that high. And then we'll see what happens. And then if it pushes back down here, we can add another couple trades in this area. Okay, target hit. That was good. And see, it's stopping at these highs, so it's going to decide whether it wants to break higher. Looks like it's going to, but it stopped there for a second. So we made 95 cents on that last one. It was almost $1. Just a tiny bit less. And it's trying to make its way back up to that last target, which should be easy to hit. It's well inside these other highs. Okay, just holding its close above the other highs, so it's a good chance we'll see it hit that target on this leg or this candle. And there we go, target hit. Nice. It's a good start to the day. So if it pushes back up into these highs, I'm going to short it, because this is now a resistance zone. So I'm going to add one short here. And then I'll add another one at the very tops, the tippy tops of these candles. Okay, there's a good spot. I'm going to just add one right there. And then wait and see if it breaks up higher. Looks like it's going to. It's also a good spot for our little whipsaw. So we'll see what happens with this candle. Okay, I'm going to add one short right there. We're crossing over that 1.19 level. And if we don't see a pullback here, we should see a pullback at the 1.2. Somewhere around there. So as long as you just trade lightly, save lots of capital for a push higher, then it should be fine. There, got one short target just hit. See what happens with this candle. and just almost engulfing, almost identical candles there. So it's kind of like we've got an apex candle here now. Move this over right there. So if we can break that low, we might have a turn back down. Pushes back up, I'll short it again. Okay, finger on the trigger. I think we're going to break higher, so I'm going to hold and let it break before adding. There's a lot of action here. I'm going to try and get at the top. Okay, there's one more. So now if I can just hit that target, I'm going to reduce my size and take that small one, take a small loss if I get the opportunity. Getting my finger on the trigger to remove the loss if I can hit that target. I'm going to take a small win and I'm going to take a small loss. There's a win. I'm going to take a small loss. So we had a $1.05 win and we had a 75-cent loss. So actually even a little small net win on that setup. And now we've reduced the size. So now if this wants to run up, I've got lots of capital again to short it. Or if it's going to make its turn, it can just go and hit another profit target. So there we go on this candle. We've got a turn on a 3-bar reversal right here. And this target really just needs to be shimmied up a little because that wick came in and created a consolidation range. Now I want to get out of my shorts before it has to break this consolidation. So I'm just bringing that short up just a little, that target. And we'll do it again. See if it runs up to the top. I'll get ready to short it. And just a couple minutes away from the hour. So we should see some good volatility in this area in this time. Okay, getting ready on the short side again. If it pushes up, I'll get the short on. Now we've got a new apex candle over here. Okay, I'm going to start fading into a short. Oh, just missed it. Gotta push up. I only want to short the pushes higher. I didn't quite get it. All right, try to push higher again. I'm going to get into a short right there. That's a good spot, right on these highs. And it was pushing up, so that's a good spot. And then wait and see if it breaks to make a new high. I'm going to grab another short on these tops right here. Right on that pivot. It's a little bit above it. Looks like it's going to break higher. And as it does that, I'm going to try and catch the extensions and short the extensions right here. And now that target is sitting on top of these highs, which is good, but I would like it to be a little bit higher still before I put in a layer. So if it pushes a little bit higher, get into more of a short. Just a flicker higher, and on that this candle's flickering. Okay, gonna short that push up, and that target is coming in at a good spot. Any more big extensions, I'm gonna short them. All right, there's one short target hit. I'm getting ready to do it again if it pushes up. If we can push down and hit that target, I'll take one small loss off. There's a target hit. I'm going to take a small loss. And I'm going to buy as well. So now I don't care which way it goes. Up or down, we'll make money. And I just mitigated the risk. So now I don't care if it pushes higher. That's fine. I can have more capital again to short it. I'm keeping all these targets really close to me, not letting the market get too far away. And just put the trade history back on so we can see how that worked. So I took a couple shorts here, 1, 2, and those shorts won, and then I took a loss here. So those were about $2 wins. I think is about a $1.50 loss. And that mitigates the risk and brings my price targets all closer to me. And take that history back off so we can see what happens here. All right, so if it pushes back up through that target, I'll get another short on. And we'll do this iteration over and over. And just try to keep extracting some little sips out of the market. Just almost hit that buy target, but didn't quite get it. So we're positioned really nicely for any way it goes. There's a buy target hit. It's good. So if it pushes up a little higher, I want it to extend a little bit further because we might be making another 3-bar reversal here to the upside. So I just want it to extend before I short it again. I can't really add right now. Okay, starting to make that turn back up. Getting my finger on the trigger for the shorts. As it pushes higher, I'm going to click the short. Just trying to get it at the previous wick high. See if I can land one up there. Oh, we had a target hit on the downside. I just missed it, so I'm going to add another short back in here. Sorry, I should have taken a loss with that win, but that's okay. Volatility's picking up. Okay, on the pushes higher, we'll get ready to short again. It's a lot of action coming in right here, so could see a big leg. Almost hit the profit target on the downside, but not quite. Got good volatility here. Okay, get ready to short. Put one more short on these highs. In here. And when it pushes higher, we're going to short again. Okay. I just need to got an alarm going. I need to go turn it off. So on these pushes higher, I'm just going to add shorts. Gotta get that, turn that alarm off. All right, we might have a turn coming back in now into the market. See if this turns into an apex candle. Okay, I'm going to short that again. On the pushes higher, I'm going to short again. And if I can hit a couple of these targets, I'm going to take a loss off the bottom side. Okay, we got a close back above that body high, so it's kind of it's a big consolidation range actually right now. So we've got that pivot high to this pivot low, which is 4.5 pips of consolidation. My finger on the trigger to hit that short if it pops up. That is quite a market we've had on the 15-minute chart. It is huge push. All right. Trying to make a turn back down now. At some point we'll have a decent leg back down. Just don't know when. Okay. And just a close below that low on that candle. But that's still in consolidation here because we've got this pivot down here. So this is one big consolidation range. So we actually have to break that pivot to make the turn. It's trying right now. If we can just hit one of those targets, where does that put me? Oh, that target's actually bigger than 2-pip target. We just missed it. So I want that to close before it breaks the pivot. I want it to be able to close it before needing to break that. So I'm going to bring this trade up. And there we go. So we're making some profits. I'm going to take a loss on the downside. So we got a $1.50 and then a 60-cent win for a little bit over $2. Then we took a $1.75 loss. So still a small net win. And we've reduced the risk a lot. So now we can just wait and see if it wants to go down and hit those last targets, or if it goes back up, we'll just do it again. Wait for it to run back up to the highs before we short it. Or if it's just a big popping candle, well, actually, like that one, I'm going to just add a short in there. And then back on the highs again. Looks like it's trying to turn back up again. And we just keep repositioning this way because at some point that 5-minute, that 15-minute chart is going to have a down leg. It will at some point. I don't know where and when, but I'm going to just clear all these objects off of here so we can see what's going on because it's getting kind of messy. Delete all that stuff so we can see. So that 15-minute chart is just blasting right now, but we're running into some support back over here, or sorry, some resistance right in that spot. So this is a really good spot to see that leg start to come into the market. So I don't really want to be buying up here anymore. And some would say you maybe don't want to be shorting either, but I am, so I just have to deal with it. I mean, I'm in the shorts now, but it's a good place for that short leg to come in. And if it doesn't come in here, I've got lots of room to find that short leg throughout this area. So I don't have to nail it, don't have to be perfect. I just got to be somewhere in the range. And I know on average with the way my stack, my pyramid and my stop losses, on average, I'm going to find that leg. And so I can confidently do what I'm doing. Go back down here into the 1-minute chart and see what happens. Okay, see if we can make this little turn on this candle. Okay, I'm also going to get ready to short on the pushes up right here. Pushing on the push up. See the candles flickering. We might see a big candle up. And if that's the case, I'm going to try and short the tops of it. Okay, there's a profit target hit on the short side. Just let it sit and see if it can move down further now. I'm going to get ready for those pushes up again. If it's going to push up, I'm going to short again. Okay, I'm going to add a short here. And I'm going to get ready to add another one if it pushes higher. And eventually we're going to find this rounding over. And we can keep making money through the consolidation, the ups and downs. That's the plan. And eventually we'll find that down leg and make some money. When it makes that move, when it makes a turn on the 5-minute chart, we'll find that we make some money on that leg when it comes in. Okay, getting ready to short it again. It can push higher. Okay, there's one. I'm going to put one in there. And then I got to wait for it to extend out. Is my chart looking a little bit funny? Looks like it's kind of like it's gapping. I'm getting some weird imagery on mine. Maybe if I just try and reopen these. Okay, so is it going to push higher? Or are we going to find that turn? 5 minutes to the stock market open. And if I can hit a couple profit targets, I'll then take another loss on these bottom trades. If it pushes up, I'll get ready to short. Okay, I'm going to short that. One more. And we've got a strong bar to the upside again, so we could see another bar come in behind it, another push. And if it does, I'm going to get ready to try and short the tops of that one. And these bottom trades are starting to get away from me. So if I can make some profits here, I'm going to start chipping away at those losses. I don't ever want those to get too far away. I always just want them to be a few pips away from me. But these are now, they're kind of running 9 pips away from me. So I want to try and get rid of them when I can. I'm going to add a short here. So I took 3 wins, that's $3, and then I took a $3.85, so almost a $4 loss. So a $3 win and a $4 loss. So a little bit worse than break even, just only a little. But I'm readjusting myself to have more liquidity and capital on the top side again. And I'll just make that little profit back on the next couple layers. It's much more important to stay, to bring those targets closer by removing the risk. So get rid of the risk and then find another good spot to make a few more trades. And we'll make up for that tiny, tiny loss. I mean, we can afford that loss by the trades that we've taken already. So that's not really a loss. It's just the risk mitigation, just the cost of business. All right, if it can push higher, I'm gonna get back into another layer, a bit of a bigger layer on the top side. Kind of want it to push up against me again so I can get into a bit of a better layer, short layer up here. Okay, we had the market open. So it's also kind of a good time to see a little reversal. Some new players stepping into the market. Okay, now we have a strong candle close to the downside. And we're just breaking these lows too. So that was kind of like the apex candle there. And we're breaking it. Nice, just took some profit. Okay, so let's look at the 5-minute chart. And we've got that 5-minute bar trying to make its turn. We've got a minute and just about a minute to see how it closes, to see if we officially have a turn on the 5-minute chart. Oh, hey, Vin, I'm just catching what you're saying now. Not sure when you put that in, but thank you so much for coming in. Love having you. And have a great visit. We'll catch you later. So now any of the any of the pushes down, we'll grab those buys. Kind of missed that one. My internet got a little bit funny there. I didn't see that push down. Okay, if it pushes a little lower, I'm going to get into a buy again right here. Okay. And it seems like we've got this little consolidation zone that I want to try and make a little money in here. We've got this pivot low here and this pivot high, which is just over 3 pips. So you can maybe squeeze the 2 pips into that consolidation range. It's a tight squeeze though. Right now my target is coming in just below that pivot, that works. There we go. Target hit. Let's see if we can get to the top of the consolidation again. Another target hit before it needs to break. So that's 2 inside that consolidation. That's perfect execution. Exactly what we want. And now we can do it again. If it comes back down, let's add another one. See if we can make more money in that consolidation. I need to get a push back down to these lows in order for our trade targets to fit in this little consolidation. So got to be precise with adding in here. Right in here. Need to get my finger on the trigger for the buy. Oh, there's some good volatility coming in. Here comes the break out of the consolidation. Target hit. Nice. Beautiful. Oh, there's that big leg. And you know what? I think I'm going to call it a session today. I've got some things coming up this morning I got to get on to. So this is probably a good spot to finish up. All right. Nice. All right. So we're at 10,000. 368.21 minus our starting balance, which was 10,354.65. That puts us at $13 gain, $13.56, and then we're going to divide that by the 10,354.65 times 100. And that gets us at a 0.13% gain on the session. So that's another really good way to finish, and it's nice and consistent. We've been making 0.1, 0.2 on a lot of our sessions, so that's a really solid way to finish up. And if we can keep doing that each day, we're just laughing. Just keep doing that same thing over and over. So yeah, thanks Larry for coming in, and have a great rest of your day. And I'm going to be back in tomorrow too, and hopefully we can do